Yeah, I mean, that's what your goal is every year. We knew that we had a team that potentially could be in this position, and now we're here. So it's obviously a really big match for us. We had a war with Kansas at their place this year, winning in the fifth set by 2 points. And our schedule is kind of playing out to our benefit in regards to the strength of the schedule getting as we kind of lead up to the NCAA tournament. So we're excited about it. It's a big-time match, and we need this to be growing as a team.
How bad do you need these three to host?
Well, there's no question we have to win all of them. With how competitive the volleyball scene is right now, the RPI is nip and tuck. So we've got to make sure that we're taking care of our business, and obviously that's our goal. But right now we've got to put all of our energy in terms of the process of what we're doing and figuring out a way to beat Kansas.
Jerritt, playing names has been sometimes a roadblock for you guys over the past couple of years. What did this past weekend show you guys in the way?
Yeah, as I told our teams, that's probably one of the most challenging places we play every year in the Big 12 in terms of our record and how we've responded. It's a big arena. It takes a little bit more time to get used to the depth perception, and they play extremely well in their home crowd. And I thought, we came out and played at a high level and played consistent all the way through till about 8-4 in Game 3, and then got a little loose and gave that game up. But it was a great win for us, a great win emotionally. It bodes well for the confidence and built some trust amongst the items that we've been focusing on.
Are you guys peaking, Jerritt?
I don't think we're peaking yet. I think we've got to be able to sustain for longer periods of time. I think that the routines need to be a little bit better. That was my challenge to them in the locker room afterwards, after praising them. But these are the areas that that coaches focus on is what we need to do better. And I'm not sure you want to be peaking. We want to be playing extremely well, obviously tomorrow night, or Wednesday night. But to be peaking, it's hard to sustain that for long periods of time. So our big focus is, can we train them at a high level? Can we get them enough rest? And can we get them emotionally prepared for what it's going to take for each match to be successful? Because the lay of the land right now for the NCAA tournament and the quality of teams that are happening amongst the sport, the level of athletes continues to grow. You're starting to see us drop some games in conference. That's not just because we're playing poorly. There's a lot of teams that are starting to play well and have enough athletes that can do damage on a given night.
How much of that is what's important going forward, like the tapering, if you will, of getting your team peaking at the right time? You guys have seemed to be doing that.
We have some history in that. There's a whole plan that we've been working with, Coach Donnie on and our trainer Deanne, and how to be able to get them in that right set. And so, there's times that we need to find them some rest. That we'll give them Friday off this week, and then we'll practice Saturday morning, and they'll have Sunday off. So they get a little bit of time to both physically improve, but also to emotionally just kind of breathe a little bit and get some rest. It's always nice to play at home. I think the biggest thing that we need is our students to come out. We haven't had a big turnout with the students. Since it's a midweek game, we need to be able to sell this arena out and make sure that they feel our energy and they feel what it's like to be a part of our crowd. So it's big to be at home. It's nice. We haven't been home for long periods of time, and now we're going to actually get basically almost 2.5 weeks of being home, and it'll be nice. But yeah, we need our crowd to be behind us. We need the fans to come out, and people that haven't seen it. It's a great team to watch, and it'll be a lot of fun on Wednesday night.
Has serving been any kind of an Achilles heel for you?
Our serving and our passing has been the areas that we've been trying to really shore up. We've had good serving matches and some matches where we've missed a few too many. But what the fans don't understand is you got to serve tough. There's been some matches where we've missed some, but when they pass perfectly, meaning they pass the net, their hitting percentages are very high. And if you don't get them off the net with the level of arms and the level of athletes now, there's got to be a little bit of risk reward on that. And so, we're okay with about 2 missed serves per game. 3 gets a little bit sketchy, and then when we get into 4 and 5, that's where it really can start hurting you. But there's definitely a concerted effort to serve tougher, because we haven't been a great serving team in terms of the statistics that we've been looking for from the opponent's passing percentage, and we've been focusing on that, and we've made some improvements, but have some streaks where we can go bad as well.
What do you feel comfortable with right now serving? You guys have different styles and different people back there. What do you feel comfortable with?
Yeah, we're a little bit predetermined based on our sub patterns, based on the number of subs that we can have. So, like Ashley Shook has been a really good server for us. She's been very, very consistent, scoring at a high percentage. This weekend she missed 3 serves, which is unlike her. McKaya has been the one that's been missing a little bit more. It's kind of more risk versus reward, but we've got to get it to be a little bit more consistent. We don't have a lot of options to sub her out based on our subbing pattern. Maybe one time during the game, depending on how fast the game goes. You've been seeing Natalie come in. But with our serving lineup, we're pretty much committed to kind of what we're doing in that sense because of how our team functions with the substitution that we have.
Is it all technique?
No, it's technique, it's mindset, it's hand contact on the ball. There's a lot of factors that go into it. Chiaka's been one that we've been focusing on in practice. She serves really tough and hasn't been serving that tough in games. I thought this weekend she served the best that she's served probably since West Virginia, which was great. She's kind of risen up to that challenge and done a nice job with it. So, there's so much you can do as a coach, and you get them in and you try to put them in those situations in practice, but a lot of that has to do that with them to get comfortable with their routines and hitting the right spots and being good at it over a period of time.
She's been out the last couple matches, but what are your thoughts on Rigdon and Payne at Kansas? And did you try to recruit them when they were on national?
Yeah, I coached Rigdon this summer with our USA team in Thailand, and first of all, she's a quality young woman. She's got great values. She's fun to be around. She's got a great mindset, and she's a really good player. So we don't know what her status is, but they're a completely different team if she's in there. To give you an understanding, when we beat them up there in Game 5, she had 9 kills in a 15-game. If you're at 5 kills, you're going to be first-team All-American up for Player of the Year. So she has the ability to turn it on. She's a glue with them, both on the offensive, the experience side, the passing, the defense. She just brings so much to the table. And then Payne, obviously, is one of the most physical players in the country, and sometimes you don't have an answer for her. So, them having their homecoming and coming here, I'm sure they're going to be playing at a very, very high level, and we did not recruit Rigdon at a high level. Payne we looked at very, very closely, and decided to kind of go a different direction. But obviously, she's showing us the kind of player that she turned out to be.
How do you see Kansas as a team? You said it was 5 sets, about 2.
Yeah, they're very good. I mean, in terms of physically, they can match up with us almost in every position. So they've got that same ability as us to be able to play good for long periods of time. They have some signature wins, with beating Kentucky, who's, vying for a top 4 seed right now, and they're one of the top teams in the country, and will be obviously a tough out once, not only Wednesday night but also in the NCAA tournament.
You mentioned Chiaka's serving. She also had a season-high 14 kills in that outing against Iowa State. How much does it help you as a team when she's able to play that aggressively?
Yeah, she's really coming into her own. At the beginning of the year, we were really spending a lot of time with her blocking. Her numbers were not great. She was not great at out-of-system blocking, and now she's become lethal in that area. So we know what she can do offensively. At the end of that game, she really kind of changed the whole complexion in Game 4 and went on a 3 or 4 point first ball swing kill production. Her serving can be a threat. Just trying to get her to believe that she has that ability. And then her blocking is now, she's blocking 1.8 blocks per game. There's some teams that are blocking that in the country. So she has the ability to change the landscape of a match, and I think she's up for one of the players that's up for probably Player of the Year in our conference, and she is a lot to handle on the offensive side and the defensive side.
She become more comfortable with Ashley?
Yeah, I mean, I think they've developed a very good connection. Her footwork has really cleaned out a lot from some of her starting positions that we've been looking at, and we can keep her in front even though she's in the 2-hitter rotations at times because she's that physical. Ashley's been doing a better job of setting her a little bit higher and more consistent in that, and behind they've been really connecting well.
Who do you say you like most about your team at this stage?
Yeah, I like how many different factors that we can score on. We can be a very good side-out team. We can be a very good blocking team and scoring from that side. Our defensive pressure in terms of what Kat McCoy's been doing in the backcourt and solidifying that. We've just got a lot of different ways that we can hurt teams. And when we play to our potential on both the offensive side and defensive side, we're play at a very, very high level.